Ron, who is in your power rankings for week 10?
Yeah, so I'll go through this quickly. I got Seattle at number 1. They were at number 4 last week. I got Philly at number 2. I had them at number 6 last week. Indy, I have at number 3. They were at number 2 last week, so I didn't penalize them too much. Tampa, I moved up to 4. Detroit, I dropped them to number 5. Green Bay, I dropped them to number 6. They were at number 3 last week. Buffalo, I moved them up to number 7. The Rams at 8. Kansas City, even with their loss, and I think this is their fourth loss. I'm considering the teams that they play, so I still have them in my top 10. I have them at number 9, and then San Francisco at number 10. So I got San Francisco in. Denver was the team that I put out. I pushed them out because they looked pathetic. Even though they won, they looked pretty pathetic. And like these teams that I have here lurking, I want to talk about these for a little bit. Denver, New England, Pittsburgh, the Chargers.
Yeah, 3 of those teams are leading the division.
Exactly, and I got them lurking. But the reason I have them out, because every single one of those teams have something wrong with them, right? Denver, Bo Nix. Like, this dude doesn't show up every game for the first 3 quarters, and it's not till the end. I don't know what to make of him, but he's taking a step back at the quarterback position. So as good as that defense is, I don't know if I can like trust him at all. The Chargers, injuries. Again, they lost all their tackle. They're down 3 running backs, I think, at this point. I know they're doing well and winning games. I think Harbaugh should be up for Coach of the Year. That's how, impressed I am with their performance, given all their injuries. Pittsburgh, impressive, but not consistent. Impressive win this week, but you saw what happened the last 2 weeks. And, I have a hard time keeping them in my top 10. I don't know if I'll be able to put them in my top 10 the rest of the season here. We'll talk about strength of schedule later, but they are most likely going to be favored in only 3 of the remaining 8 games or whatever is left for them. Very inconsistent. Defense is atrocious. Patriots, and again, strength of schedule here. The teams, they're on a roll. They look impressive, but the teams that they've beaten, I went back and looked, 20-40 record. That's a .333 winning percentage. So, and then you're coming off this win where you almost lost to Atlanta, right? And you should have, like you said, put them away, because I think you displayed you were a better team, but you kept Atlanta in it. So, for me, New England has the best chance to get in the top 10. I want to see what they do this week against Tampa. I think that'll show me whether or not they're a top 10 team or if they're just a pretender at this point. But these, like I said, all 4 of these teams that are hovering around 11, 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there, I don't have any really trust in any of those teams at all.
I mean, yes, all those 4 teams that you mentioned, they're not Super Bowl contenders. None of them. Not even, and I know New England is the hottest team right now, but no one's saying they're going to be in the Super Bowl. But I can say this, Denver is probably going to be in the playoffs. New England is probably going to be in the playoffs.
Yep.
Pittsburgh, if they win that division, they're probably going to be in the playoffs. All these teams are going in the playoffs. Hence, to me anyways, they should be in the top 10 because right now...
Well, all your top 10 are going to be in the playoffs. Are there any teams that I just listed in my top 10 that aren't going to be in the playoffs? I mean, I guess Kansas City.
Kansas City
has a chance to be out, but it's still Kansas City.
We don't know. Detroit, I mean, right now, they're in second place?
Detroit is in it. They are 5-3. They're in second place.
Yeah, they're in second place. I mean,
49ers are 6-3.
Yeah, but it's easy strength of schedule with them. They have an easy schedule when you put them in there. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, when I look at the top 10, I mean, I'm not sure about Detroit because they're in second place. Buffalo is in second place. Kansas City, we're not even sure. Do you really think San Francisco's going to win that division?
I don't think they need to win the division necessarily to be in the top 10.
But do you trust them to go on the road and win if they make the playoff?
I have the Seahawks at this point winning the division, but Seahawks are 6-2, Rams are 6-2, Niners are 6-3, right?
So they're in third place?
Yeah.
And you have them in the top 10 at third place.
They're 6-3. And they've beaten some good teams, including, I think, the Seahawks. If I'm not mistaken.
That's what you say. You can say by Tampa Bay, but look at who else they beat. Nobody good.
So you're saying Tampa Bay is not in the top 10?
Well, I have them in the top 10 because they're leading the division, but not because they're in third place. They're leading the division. They deserve to be in the top 10. If they're not leading the division anymore,
I look at it as if these teams were to line up against each other.
Which, again, that's a whole thing that I don't like. Like, the season would end today.
No, not that. That's not what I'm saying.
It's like,
but you wouldn't have Tampa as one of your top 10s?
I do have them in top 10.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm struggling.
I don't have anybody that's in third place just because they have a good record. I don't have them in my top 10.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But you're not looking at strength of schedule.
I'm just saying San Francisco would not be Philadelphia. They would not be New England. They would not be
You don't think
Indianapolis.
San Francisco could beat New England?
Not with that defense. They cannot beat the Rams.
Defense played pretty well last week.
They obviously cannot beat the Rams because they lost against them Thursday night. They can't beat Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay beat them already. I don't know. I don't think they can beat Denver. I don't think they can beat Detroit. Maybe they can beat the Los Angeles Chargers. I just have no faith in San Francisco. Even when I watch them, I'm like, you guys are not good. Maybe in the fourth quarter,
but they're
something
winning.
happens.
And I'm sure, again, credit to the coaching staff for sure. They're winning at the end of the day. They're 6.
Yeah, you can say that about New England. Like,
yeah, I completely agree. That's why San Fran is like number 10 and New England is right there. I probably like number 11 or 12, somewhere in that range.
Let me see. If I look at the conference, if I look at the overall conference for the NFC, 49ers are in 6th place behind, and then Detroit Lions is behind them. And then none of these teams are in our top 10. That falls after Detroit. So it's like, you think that all 6 of these teams should be in your top 10 then?
I think right now, just based on what I've seen, this is what my top 10 would look like. It's not going to end like that, right? We know there's a lot more games to play. Like I said, New England goes out there and wins this week against Tampa. There's no way I would not have them in my top 10 because, yes, your strength of schedule is crappy, but you just knocked out 2 top 10 teams, two teams that I have in my top 10, as Buffalo and Tampa. So, it adds a little bit more evidence that maybe you do belong in the top 10. But like I said, I don't think a lot of these teams are not necessarily going to stay there. I think we'll see some teams drop in off and on, but this is where, this is kind of what I feel like in my top 10 right now.
Yeah. Well, guess what? The train left for New England and you can't get on in a week 11.
Okay. Well, go through your top 10. Let's talk about the teams that you've left off.
I only took out KC and put in Buffalo. I have Philadelphia as number 1, Seattle as number 2, New England as number 3, India as number 4, Buffalo as number 5, the Rams are number 6, Tampa Bay at 7, Denver at number 8. I got Detroit at number 9 and the Chargers at number 10. So
Where's Green Bay?
Green Bay lost to Carolina. I'm sorry, but they're not in my top 10 if you lose to Carolina.
Aren't they in first place right now, though, or no?
Yes, they probably are behind Detroit, but you're not.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
From week to week, you're not a good team. That's what I'm saying.
None of these teams are every single week.
San Francisco is a good team from week to week.
None of these teams are, is my point. Are any of these teams undefeated? No. Every week, you got to look at the entire picture.
You have a team on your top 10 that might not even make the playoff.
That's a team. Do you want to play Kansas City week 1? Let me ask
After
you
what
that
I
in the
saw
playoffs.
against Buffalo,
Would you want to play Kansas City if you're the
Bring 'em
Patriots?
on.
You're
Bring
out of
'em
your
on.
damn. No one wants to
Bring 'em
play
on.
Kansas City in
Kansas
the playoffs.
City has issues. Everybody
I'm not
knows
saying
that.
they don't, right?
have
But you
issues.
do have to acknowledge that the teams that they lost to are all, if I'm not mistaken, all of these are playoff teams. All in the top 10.
Kansas City lost to Jacksonville.
Okay.
They're not in the top 10 for you or me.
Okay. But those are,
Should Jacksonville be there since they beat Kansas City?
yeah. Well, I don't want to get into like too far down the rabbit
That's what I'm
hole
saying.
of,
It's like
strength of schedule.
If it goes from week to week, these are from week to week my best team, my top 10 teams.
Okay.
Green Bay could have been in here, but they lost to Carolina
Yeah, but you didn't have them in there last week when they beat Pittsburgh. They weren't in your top 10 last week.
because Pittsburgh wasn't a good team.
Yeah, but they were 5 wins last week, right? Or 6 wins last week. They would have had 5 wins last week, and you still didn't have them in your. They would have been 5-1-1, and you didn't have them in your top 10 last week.
Yeah, because I had Kansas City in there. Because I really thought Kansas City was going to beat Buffalo. I was like, Kansas City, do your thing. They lost.
But Buffalo's a
had Green
top
Bay-
10 team. So
Yes.
they played a good team.
Yes.
Right, so, I mean, these
Listen.
teams are going to beat
Hey,
each other back
listen.
and forth.
I'm sorry if New England has won 6 in a row
What?
and
You
you
keep-
still not hopping on the fact that
you
the
are-
MVP, the potential MVP is on the team.
Can we
and you're
go
still
back?
not there on there. Sorry.
You're
I'm sorry.
Just 2 weeks ago, we can go back and listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
You were saying, don't talk about MVP at all. I don't want to hear it. And now all of a sudden, you yourself are on the hype
Listen,
train with this team.
I'm on the hype train.
You
Doesn't
are-
mean that my money's in the hype train.
You are yourself are all of a sudden bringing up
Hey,
Mac Jones for MVP. You just
4
said
in a
yourself
row,
2 weeks ago.
4 in a row
And you-
compared to 6 in a row is a big difference.
Yeah, but
That's a big
a
difference.
strength of schedule that your team like against
Yeah, but that's what they said
20 and
about Jaden
40,
Daniels last year.
20 and 40.
Remember last
Siri.
year?
20 wins.
Remember last year when
40
everyone was
losses.
like praising
So-
Jaden Daniels? They
so-
were like, "Oh, he's got the greatest player in the world, man. Look at how he has Washington winning." And we were sitting right here. And we're like, "That I don't think that can happen with the Patriots right now. Not with this schedule." Wrong again. Wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying we weren't wrong, right? I admitted, hey, they are much better. They're winning these games. I thought that would be a little bit of a challenge for them, and they're doing so well, except for this last game. They're doing so in a pretty decent way. But
They're averaging over 25 points a game. They're not blowing teams out, but they're 25 or more points a game.
Steelers are averaging 25 or more points a game. Should
Yeah,
they
but
be
your
in the-
defense
in
is
the-
not showing up.
Yeah,
and
but we
I
beat-
reject your idea of saying Aaron Rodgers should be in the MVP time. I reject that idea
of Drake May.
Why?
Shouldn't Aaron
How many? Just without looking it up.
17
Without looking it
touchdown,
up.
I
How
think
many
so.
rushing yards does Aaron Rodgers have?
Doesn't matter. He's
No,
not a
yes, it
rushing-
does matter.
What he has like 20? He's not a running quarterback.
Exactly. So he should not be in
But
the
I know
MVP talk.
he's in the-
How many
he's-
passing yards is he? What is
I
he?
have no idea.
21st. He's
Okay,
not in the MVP talk.
Okay, but Drake May
shut
can
it
be
down.
in the MVP
What are the odds? 175,000 to 1. You please,
Wait,
please.
all of a sudden, this
Please.
guy went from let's slow the hype down with
Hey,
Drake May
Josh
to
McDaniels is
to
working a magic.
fully- okay,
They saw what he did with Mac Jones the first
What-
year, where he made him a
Yeah.
Pro Bowl. It was a standing Pro
congratulate.
Bowl.
He's doing a great job.
Hey,
I'm not. There's nothing bad I've said
then
about
don't
the Patriots.
compare Aaron
There
Rodgers.
is nothing bad I've
is
said about the
41 years
Patriots.
old.
All I'm saying, let's see after this week, after they play another really good team, if they go out and beat Tampa. I don't know. Tampa doesn't have Bucky Irving, and I think Evans will be. Evans obviously out.
No Irving, no Goodwin, no Godwin, no Evans.
Regardless, if they go out and look impressive, beating Tampa, a well-coached team.
Not impressive. They just need to win.
Okay, fine.
Forget about
Go
the
out-
style points.
Go out and
you
win.
like style points.
Go-
I like the W.
Go out and win.
The W.
They will be in my
the
top
W.
10. If they go out and lose, I don't want to hear anything about how great they are, right?
What do you mean if they go out and
If they
lose?
go out and lose, what, you still going to have them ranked?
Listen, it's from week to week. They might still be in the first place
Okay.
division. I don't know. Who is Buffalo playing this week? With the Dolphins. Okay, maybe that's that's an automatic. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.